Did you think that chocolate bars only contain natural ingredients such as cocoa mass, cocoa butter, sugar, and milk? Then you might have to think again. A test shows that many chocolate bars could contain toxic metals. Data collected from a test carried out by Consumers Reports, as reported by the site Disseminate, indicates that toxic metals are present in some dark chocolate bars, although it is not the first time that tests carried out on chocolate products have given similar results. The non-profit organization based in New York has found the presence of heavy metals in dark chocolate bars such as cadmium and lead, which are highly toxic to humans. Consumer Reports analyzed the amount of heavy metals present in 28 bars of dark chocolate. The most serious and worrying finding is that traces of these metals were found in all the bars examined. Why are these heavy metals toxic when ingested by humans? What happens when someone eats large amounts of lead or cadmium? Lead poisoning is a form of acute poisoning with the following symptoms: abdominal pain and colic, anemia, joint pain, neurological disorders, lead encephalopathy, miscarriage, premature births, paralysis, and even death. On the other hand, a form of chronic poisoning can give rise to cardiovascular disorders, hypertension, renal insufficiency, hearing loss, immune system disorders, fatigue, and even learning deficits. Cadmium, on the other hand, has different effects, specifically carcinogenic. It can also cause kidney failure. This test was performed in the U.S., where the FDA has not established limits for the levels of lead and cadmium in chocolate bars. On the other hand, California's Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment Standards states that people should have no daily exposure to more than 0.5 micrograms of lead and 4.1 micrograms of cadmium. 23 bars were examined. 82% contained levels of lead 2.5 times higher than those recommended. Furthermore, the levels of cadmium were even 3 times higher than the aforementioned recommendations. But how many people eat chocolate on a daily basis, you may ask? Quite a lot, actually. 15% of people tend to eat chocolate every day. Could this be a problem? The experts who conducted the test explained that this revelation does not imply that chocolate should be given up in any way. The levels of cadmium and lead were relatively low, meaning that companies can commit to producing products with lower quantities of heavy metals. Which type of chocolate have the highest amount of heavy metals? Should you pick one type over another? Dark chocolate tends to have more heavy metals than milk chocolate because it has a higher cocoa content. These metals can contaminate cocoa in several ways. Cocoa plants can absorb cadmium from the soil and then accumulate it in the cocoa beans. Lead instead accumulates in the outer shell of the cocoa bean. Luckily, it seems like we shouldn't stop eating chocolate, but if in doubt whether chocolate might not be good for you, make sure to contact your healthcare professional for guidance.